If you're like me and you like dabbing and smoking when you do your sessions, don't smoke out of your dab rig. You want to have a separate rig for your flower hits and your concentrate hits. You don't want to use the same piece of glass for both. We learned recently in one of my videos that small dab rigs are better, and I do prefer larger bongs for bigger hits. So I do recommend you have a small piece for your dabs and maybe a bigger piece, a larger beaker bong for your flower hits. It sometimes is fun to do a little bit of both. I've done hits where you get a little splitter, a little glass splitter like this, and I could put a bowl on one side and a nail on the other and do flower and concentrate at the same time. If you're using something like this, use it on your flower piece, not your concentrate piece. Don't smoke out of your dab rig. The main reasons you don't want to smoke out of your dab rig is your dab rig should be smaller, obviously. The smoke and the resin are the actual problem. One flower hit out of any dab rig ruins the taste. You can't do good quality dabs out of it anymore. It's tarnished. You can do 1,000 dabs out of a rig. Over time, you'll notice the taste changing slowly per dab as more reclaim builds up. If you're mixing up the concentrate, you might notice a little bit of change in the taste. But if you take one flower hit out of any dab rig, it's ruined. It's done. The smoke that's created through combustion just leaves behind this nasty taste, this lingering grossness. It's hard to explain, but if you just pull on any flower piece right now, you can taste it after one hit. Now, this is something that you might not think about until you experience it. And I think my first encounter of this was on doing double hits. I had a bigger piece that I was doing split hits where I was doing half flower, half concentrate in the hit. And those are pretty nice hits. Those get me really high. It's a mixture of vapor from the concentrate and smoke from the flower hitting you simultaneously. So you can get really, really high from doing this, but it's tarnishing the flavor of your concentrate. Dabs are really tasty. Flower hits are really just not as good in comparison if you go side by side. And something else I've noticed from the combination of smoke and vapor, you get a combination of resin and reclaim that's harder to clean than either one of them separately. It's like a super resin reclaim combo hybrid that is just super sticky and hard to get out of some pieces. Now, I used to do a lot of double hits and I don't do many anymore because of that combination of smoke and vapor. I think that resin reclaim combo is just left behind in my lungs and it's harder for my body to process. I don't know for certain, but after a few nights of doing some double, triple hits where I do concentrate and vapor at the same time, I have a harder time breathing than the next day than if I did my dabs and my smoke separate and consumed the same amount. So while it can be fun to do both at the same time, I kind of don't recommend it, and I would like for them to be some sort of scientific study on the resin and reclaim combined. There's got to be something going on there. Some people only have one piece. If you just have one glass piece that you got to use for smoking and dabbing, clean the fuck out of that before you dab. Get it as absolutely clean as you can before you try to dab it. Because like I said earlier, one smoke hit can tarnish it. A lot of smoke hits will tarnish it, but even one. Even if you do a double, I was talking about my double hits earlier, I would do a double, and then if you just try to do a dab out of it, you're like, oh God, this is the worst fucking tasting dab I've ever had. Why? Because there was smoke in there. So keep them separate. So if you're looking into starting or trying out dabs and you just bought a nail to slap on your bong, clean it first. Otherwise, you're gonna go, dabs are gross. I've actually talked to plenty of people who just put a nail on their bong, went to take their first dab out of it, and they weren't impressed. Why? Because it was fucking disgusting, because they already smoked out of that rig. You don't want to dab out of a piece that had flower smoke through it. You want that good low temp vapor to come through clean glass. I hope this video was helpful, and don't forget to check out my Twitch streams. I go live after 9 p.m. Eastern, and I was going to try to reapply for YouTube monetization today, but they removed another random video I already deleted and gave me a strike, so I can't even apply. YouTube's actually getting wild. So if you want to support me, you can subscribe to my Twitch channel for $5 a month, or if you have Amazon Prime, you can get that for free. I do tons of smoke sessions there almost every night, so definitely come hang out. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. That's Cewpins420 on IG, and I've actually been having a lot of people send me video ideas there. So if you got a good one, definitely DM it. I try to check those a few times a week, so we'll see if we can make your video. And if you're maybe getting into dabbing and you want to learn about the best way to dab, check this video out. It's got some good info and insight on how I do my dabs. Peace out, my dudes.